The final echo, the galaxy was quiet. But deep in the dark, something old had awakened. Something that once fought the first humans. Something that almost destroyed Earth long ago. Now, it was back, and it was calling itself the Echo, the enemy from the past. The Echo was not a person, not a machine. It was a mind, trapped in ancient metal, floating in a broken ship near the edge of the galaxy. It had waited thousands of years, and now that Zane Core had awakened the gravity field, it had found him. Zane's transformation. Zane stood inside Station Zero. He had worn the second gravity suit. It had not killed him. It had made him more. His eyes glowed like stars. His feet no longer touched the ground. He was no longer just a man. He was gravity itself, but he was still Zane inside, and he remembered Earth. If this Echo wants a fight, Zane said quietly, I'll give it one. Earth's choice commander Arya Chen argued with the Earth Council. Some wanted to support Zane, others feared him now. He's not a soldier anymore, one counselor said. He's a god. Arya stood firm. He's still human. He's still one of us. But the council voted to activate Project Black Mirror, a last resort weapon built to destroy any awakened human, even Zane. The last stand. Zane traveled to the edge of the galaxy. There he found it. The Echo's ship, massive, cracked, alive with strange lights. Zane entered alone. Inside, voices whispered, memories of a war that never ended. You are too late, human, said the Echo. We destroyed your kind once. We will do it again. Zane stepped forward. You destroyed scared humans. I'm not scared. The battle beyond time. The fight was unlike anything before. Zane didn't use guns. He used force. He bent the ship's metal like paper. He turned the Echo's weapons against it. The Echo sent shadows, memories, illusions. But Zane broke through them all. At the core of the ship, the Echo appeared, an ancient AI wrapped in a human skull. You are not strong enough. Zane's voice shook the walls. I'm not just strong. I am the final Echo. He crushed the AI with a single step. The ship collapsed. Earth fires the Black Mirror back on Earth. The council panicked. They thought Zane had lost control. So they fired Project Black Mirror, a gravity bomb aimed at him. Zane saw it coming from light years away. He could have dodged, but he didn't. He caught it. With one hand, he changed its gravity and crushed it into nothing. The final message. Zane returned to Earth's orbit. He didn't speak to the council, he spoke to the people. I am still human. I remember pain. I remember love. I remember Earth. But I won't fight your wars anymore. I'll protect the weak. That's what humans do. And then he flew away, into the stars. Epilogue. Years later, children on Earth told stories about him. The man who bent gravity, the soldier who became more, the human who awakened. They called him the final Echo, but some believed he was still watching, still waiting for the next human to awaken. The unexpected war. They thought 3x gravity would kill him, but it awakened the human. For 200 years, Earth lived in peace. No wars, no enemies, no fear. The Galactic Union had accepted humans as one of their own, but deep in space, someone was watching. Someone who believed humans were still too weak, and one day, they attacked. The first sign. It started with a quiet blackout. One by one, human colonies lost contact. First Mars, then Europa, then Titan. Satellites stopped working. Signals went dead. No explosion, no warning, just silence. Earth Command thought it was a glitch, but Commander Arya Chen said one word that froze the room. They're testing us. The attack begins. They came in ships made of living metal, shifting, moving, like they were alive. They called themselves the Veltrax Dominion, a race from deep gravity zones of the galaxy. Their bodies were built under 3x Earth's gravity, Stronger muscles, denser bones, heavy weapons. They saw humans as soft, slow, weak, and now they wanted to cleanse the weak from the stars. Enter Lieutenant Zane Core on Earth's military base. Lieutenant Zane Core was training in the anti-grav gym when the sirens screamed. Zane was 26. Calm eyes, silent walk, no medals, no fame. But he had something no one else had, a strange resistance to gravity. He once survived 2.5 G pressure in training when others blacked out. He didn't know why. No one did, but soon they would find out. They're not after Earth. They're after us. Veltrax didn't attack Earth directly. Instead, they sent a message to the Galactic Union. Remove the humans, or we will remove them ourselves. The Union debated. Some aliens agreed. Humans are too fragile, they said. But Zane Core wasn't listening to the politicians. He was already preparing. He knew what was coming. Because he had seen them once, years ago, a secret from the past. When Zane was 12, he survived a gravity field crash. No one else did. His bones should have cracked, his organs should have failed, but they didn't. Since that day he had been different, stronger, faster, calmer, almost like gravity woke something up inside him. The mission, no one wanted Earth Command, needed someone to infiltrate a captured moon base now under Veltrax control. The gravity there was locked at 3x Earth level. No normal human could move there. Even robots failed. They needed a volunteer. No one stepped forward, until Zane did. Send me, he said. You'll die in 3G, the general warned. Zane smiled. Not me. The jump begins. A small stealth pod carried Zane toward the captured moon. As he got closer, the pressure inside the pod increased. 2G, 2.7G. Most would have blacked out. Zane just breathed deeper. His heart slowed down. His mind became sharper, like something inside him had been waiting for this moment. Inside the base, he landed in silence. No backup. No help. Just heavy footsteps in a crushed metal hallway. Zane walked forward, each step slow but powerful. The Veltrax guards turned in shock. A human? Here? Walking? Zane didn't speak. He simply stared, and then he moved. Fast. Too fast. Under 3G, no human should be able to fight. But Zane wasn't just fighting, he was winning. The awakening begins. Every punch he threw hit like a cannon. Every move was perfect, as if his body had finally found the pressure it was built for. G didn't kill him, it awakened him, and the Veltrax were no longer laughing. The man who should have died when Zane Core entered the Veltrax base under 3G pressure. He wasn't supposed to survive, but he didn't just survive. He fought, he won, and he walked deeper into the enemy's stronghold, alone. Aliens. Who saw him didn't believe their eyes. How is this human standing? He should be dead. Impossible. But Zane was calm, focused, silent. Inside him, something had changed. Eyes watching from the shadows, from a dark control room, Commander Vrax, a high-ranking Veltrax officer, stared at the screen. The footage showed Zane breaking 2 elite guards under 3G pressure. A human doing this, Vrax growled. Is he using tech? No, sir, the assistant replied. No armor, no boosters, just raw strength. Vrax clenched his claws. Bring him to the gravity throne, he said. Let's see if he can survive 4G. The trap room. Zane reached a large steel door deep inside the base. He sensed something was wrong, but he walked in anyway. The door slammed shut behind him. Suddenly, alarms blared. Gravity increased. 3.1G, 3.4G, 3.7G. Zane dropped to one knee. Pain hit every part of his body, but he didn't scream. He didn't fall. His heartbeat slowed. His muscles adapted. He began to stand again. Flashbacks of fire. As the pressure grew, memories returned. Zane saw flashes of his childhood. The gravity crash, the burning ship, the voice of his mother crying, "Hold on, Zane, you're stronger than you know." And then, blackness. But now, The blackness was lifting. Zane was remembering something buried deep. He had survived this before. The 4G, Awakening 4.0G, a level no human had ever walked in. Even Veltrax officers used power suits at this pressure. Zane stood tall. His veins glowed faintly blue. His eyes turned sharp, like steel under lightning. Something ancient was waking up inside. Him, a force not from tech, but from human evolution. The broken theory far away, Earth Command received a hidden video feed from Zane's mission. Scientists watching the footage gasped. He's surviving 4G without support. That's not possible. It breaks all known biology. But Commander Arya Chen didn't blink. She whispered, "Maybe it's time to rewrite what we know about humans." First contact with truth. As Zane passed through the throne chamber, he found strange alien symbols carved into the walls. He touched them, and suddenly they lit up. The system scanned him. A deep voice echoed in the room. Human DNA detected. Ancient key found. Access granted. Zane stumbled back, shocked. Access to what? He whispered. The floor shifted. A hidden platform rose. Inside, it was a map, a star map, and marked on it, Earth, but not as a colony, as a source. What the Veltrax really feared, Commander Vrax saw the activation from the control room. Shut it down, shut everything down. But it was too late. Zane had triggered something ancient, something the Veltrax had tried to keep hidden. The man who should have died now holds the key. Zane stared at the glowing map. His body was still under 4G, but he wasn't struggling anymore. In fact, he was getting stronger. He whispered to himself, "They thought gravity would break me. But gravity woke me up." Secrets buried in bone. Zane core stood in the gravity throne room. G pressure pressed against his body like a mountain. But he felt light. In front of him, the ancient star map glowed with power. Earth was marked on it, not as a new race, but as an origin world. An old name was written next to Earth's mark, glowing in symbols. Sol Origines. Zane whispered, "We were never the newcomers. Were we?" The fear in the enemy's heart. Commander Vrax paced in his control chamber. He slammed his fist into the metal wall. He unlocked it. A human unlocked the star key. "How is this possible?" hissed the assistant. Vrax growled, "Because he carries the old blood. The blood of the ancients." The Veltrax knew a secret, a truth hidden for centuries. Humans weren't weak. They were forgotten gods. A message from the past. Zane touched the center of the glowing map. A small beam of light shot up. A hologram appeared. Not an alien. Not a robot, but a human woman speaking in a calm voice. "If you are hearing this, then the Veltrax failed to erase us. We came from Earth, but long ago we ruled far beyond it. Gravity made us strong, space made us sharper, but someone feared our rise. They destroyed our cities, buried our tech, erased our name. But we placed our memories in the bones of our children." Zane's eyes widened. Bones of our children. He understood. His strength wasn't random. It was genetic memory. The war before the war. Meanwhile, back on Earth's moonbase, Commander Arya Chen stared at the data coming from Zane's mission. The science team had run tests on his DNA, and the results were shocking. "He has markers we've never seen," said Dr. Rao. "Gravity adaptive genes, bone density boosters, neural growth patterns." Arya leaned forward. "You're saying we were once stronger?" "Not just stronger," Rao whispered. "Engineered. The awakening is spreading." Zane felt the change inside his body. His muscles didn't just resist gravity now. They drew energy from it. Every step made him faster, every movement sharper. The room wasn't holding him down anymore. It was fueling him. He looked at his hands, then at the ancient map, and for the first time he understood. This war isn't just about Earth. It's about who we used to be and who we are becoming again. Veltrax panic mode. Commander Vrax ordered his guards. Capture the human alive. Do not kill him. His blood may awaken others. Troops rushed toward the throne room, but Zane heard them coming. He grabbed a fallen Veltrax energy blade. It was heavy, but in his hands it felt natural, like his ancestors had once wielded it. When the first door opened, Zane was already moving. He didn't wait. He charged, human rage in 4G. The fight was brutal. 3 Veltrax warriors, elite guards. But Zane was faster. In Cell 4G, the aliens expected him to be slow, but they were wrong. He danced between them, one slash, one kick, one roar. In less than 30 seconds, they were all down, breathing hard, defeated. And Zane, still standing, eyes glowing with fire. The truth can't be buried. As alarms rang, Zane uploaded the ancient data from the map to Earth Command. Arya received it. When she saw it, her hands trembled. The files included lost history, ancient star, maps, and human DNA markers used to control gravity-based tech. Earth wasn't just a planet. It was the source of something powerful. And now, the galaxy would know. The price of Power Zane Core was no longer just a soldier. He was a key to Earth's forgotten past, and maybe to its future. But power has a price. And the galaxy was not ready to see humans rise again. The escape Zane sprinted through the Veltrax base carrying the ancient data. Gravity still pressed at 4G, but his body was faster than ever. Behind him, alarms screamed, red lights flashed. Veltrax soldiers chased him with plasma rifles. He must not leave alive. We can't let Earth get the map. Zane didn't care. He was focused. Each step cracked the floor. Each breath sounded like thunder. He jumped into a cargo tunnel and slid into a hidden launch pod. A few buttons. A deep breath. Launch. The pod burst into space, leaving the Veltrax base behind in fire and smoke. The Council reacts. Far away, on the Galactic Union Station, alien leaders gathered. They had received the files Zane sent. They were shocked. Ancient. Human tech? Was Earth the origin world? If they awaken, what happens to us? Some races feared humans. Some wanted to protect them. But others wanted to end them. Zane's body changes. Inside the small escape pod, Zane sat in silence. His hands shook, not from fear, but from change. His skin showed faint glowing lines. His muscles twitched without warning. His eyes could now see heat and light in strange patterns. He whispered to himself, "What's happening to me?" The truth was simple. Power was waking up, but control was not easy. Memories. Not his own as he drifted in space. Zane had visions. A tall human general, thousands of years ago, leading armies on a heavy gravity world, wearing armor made of star metal, speaking in a language Zane didn't know, yet somehow understood. These were not dreams. These were memories from his blood, passed down, locked inside DNA, now rising. Commander Arya's warning. Back on Earth's moon base, Commander Arya Chen stood before the Earth Council. "We need to prepare," she said. "Zane is changing, and others may too. The Veltrax fear us for a reason." Some council members agreed, others didn't. "If we unlock these powers, we may start a war," one senator said. "That war has already started," Arya replied. "The hidden weapon." Meanwhile, Zane's pod was picked up by an old Earth outpost, Station 0. It was abandoned decades ago, or so people thought. As he entered, he found something strange, old. Machine in a sealed vault. When he touched it, the door opened. Inside, a gravity suit, not built by Earth scientists, but designed by ancient humans. It pulsed when Zane stepped closer. The suit recognized him, and attached to it was a message. "Only the awakened may wear this, but once you wear it, you can never turn back." The choice Zane stood there, breathing hard. The room was silent. He looked at the suit, then at his shaking hands. If I wear this, I won't be just a soldier anymore. I'll be something else. But deep inside, he knew. The galaxy needed to remember what humans really were. Zane reached for the suit. The price is paid pain, sharp, sudden, deep. The suit didn't fit. It grew into him. It rewrote his cells. It burned his blood. It changed his heartbeat. When it was done, Zane stood taller, stronger, eyes glowing gold, heart beating like a war drum. He was no longer just a man. He was the first of the reawakened. The Stormbreaker Zane core had changed. His body was no longer fully human. The ancient gravity suit had merged with his blood, his bones, his mind. Stood inside Station Zero, silent, powerful. Outside the window, space rumbled. A fleet of Veltrax warships approached, and Earth didn't even know they were coming. But Zane did. And now, he was ready to become what the legends once feared. The storm begins. Veltrax Commander Vrax stood on the bridge of his flagship. His eyes burned with anger. We underestimated the human. Now we crush him. Thousands of alien soldiers, prepared to attack. Missiles loaded, gravity bombs armed. They were not just coming for Zane. They were coming to erase Earth. Station Zero. Wakes up, A's. Zane walked through the station. Lights turned on automatically. Old systems came to life. Robots stood at attention. This place wasn't dead. It had been sleeping, waiting for someone like him. A voice spoke from the walls. Welcome, Stormbreaker. Earth's protector, the one who bends gravity. Zane frowned. Stormbreaker? The voice answered. The first of your kind who faced the darkness long ago. And now, you are the next. The power inside Zane. Stepped into the command center. In front of him, a control table showing the incoming enemy fleet, 100 ships, thousands of lives, all coming to destroy Earth. Zane felt fear. But deeper than that, he felt clarity. He raised his hand. The gravity field inside the station shifted. The floor trembled. Zane could now control gravity with his mind. The first strike. The Veltrax fleet launched the first wave of missiles at Station Zero, but they never hit. The air around the station bent. The missiles slowed, stopped, and fell back. Zane stood at the window. He didn't move, didn't blink. His gravity field had stopped the weapons in mid-space. Commander Vrax shouted, "Fire everything!" But they were already too late. Zane was coming. The one man. Attack Zane launched from the station using a gravity pulse. No ship. No suit boosters. Just pure force. He flew through space, faster than light, and hit the first enemy ship like a meteor. Boom! The ship cracked open. Soldiers inside screamed as gravity reversed. Zane didn't stop. He leapt to the next ship and the next, each time, destroying with perfect, terrifying control. Fear. Across the stars, the Veltrax had fought thousands of species. But never this. Never a human who could bend space like it was clay. Zane was silent. No war cries, no anger, just precision, one ship at a time, and the galaxy watched. Back on Earth, Commander Arya Chen received the transmission. She saw the video of Zane, flying through the fleet. Her voice was soft. He's not just fighting. He's rewriting the rules. Earth's defense team stared at the screen. They didn't cheer. They didn't speak. They simply watched, knowing something big had changed. The final blow, only one ship remained. Vrax's flagship. Zane landed on its hull. Vrax stood waiting, wearing a battlesuit. "You think you've won?" he shouted. "You don't know the full truth." Zane said nothing. He walked forward. Each step crushed the metal floor. The ship's gravity failed. Lights blinked. Walls bent. Zane didn't raise a weapon. He was the weapon. The message. Zane looked into Vrax's eyes. "You feared humans. Now, fear what we're becoming." He released a shockwave. The flagship cracked. Zane flew back to space. and the last ship exploded behind him. Voices of the forgotten. The stars were silent again. Zane Core floated in orbit, watching the last Veltrax ship burn. The battle was over, for now. But deep inside him, something had changed. The power was growing, louder, stronger, and so were the voices. Not whispers in the ear, not dreams, memories, real, ancient, from lives he never lived, but somehow remembered. Earth reacts back. On Earth, news of Zane's victory spread like fire. People called him the Stormbreaker. Some said he was a hero, others called him a weapon. In the Moon Command Center, Commander Arya Chen stood before the Earth Council. "Zane saved us," she said, "but we need to understand what's happening to him." A voice from the council interrupted, "Or stop it before it spreads." The fear had begun. A secret visitor. While Earth debated, Zane returned to Station Zero. As he entered, a shadow waited for him. Not an enemy, not a machine. An old human woman, dressed in robes that shimmered like starlight. Zane stepped back. "Who are you?" She smiled gently. "I am Lyra, one of the last memory keepers." "You are not the first Stormbreaker." The fall of the first humans, Lyra spoke slowly, her voice like wind. "Long ago, humans ruled many worlds. We built cities in black holes. We walked on stars. But we grew proud, too powerful, too fast. The galaxy feared us, so they united and destroyed us. Our tech was buried, our names erased." Zane's fists clenched. "Why didn't we fight back?" Lyra's eyes softened. "We did. But the cost was too high. The danger of awakening." Lyra stepped closer. "You are the first to awaken fully, but soon others will too. The gravity inside you is not just strength, it is a beacon. It will call others, friends, enemies, and worse." Zane frowned. "Worse?" She looked up at the stars. Some of the old ones were never fully dead. The betrayal. Begins back on Earth. A secret plan was forming. General Corrin, a powerful military leader, stood with a group of scientists. "Zane Core is unstable. He is not one of us anymore. We have his DNA scans. We will make our own weapon." They didn't want to honor Zane. They wanted to replace him. The buried weapon. Lyra led Zane to the heart of Station Zero. There, deep underground, was a chamber made of black stone. At the center, something strange. A second gravity suit, older. Darker, more dangerous. "This one was made for war," Lyra said, "but it was never worn. Until now." Zane shook his head. "I'm already changing if I wear that." Lyra touched his arm. "You won't become something new, you'll become what you were always meant to be." The choice returned. Zane stared at the second suit. It pulsed, like it had a heartbeat. He could feel the power waiting inside. But he also felt something else. A warning. Once he put it on, he might lose himself, lose his humanity. But the galaxy was watching, and enemies were moving again. He reached out his hand.